Alright lads, so our first banner of the year 2025 has officially been announced. On your screen right now are those that got the prediction right in our most recent video. What is the banner going to be? Well, we're about to find out. So going straight into, we have a Fierce Battle banner. Finally, after like, what, 4-ish months, 3-ish months, we've finally gotten a new premium banner. And the characters are going to be Gin and also Toshiro. We are going all the way back to Soul Society. Gin versus Toshiro. Kind of funny because we already got these two characters as a duo unit, you know, like, again, like 4 or so years ago at this point. So it is funny to see the characters getting remade right now. But I'm liking the artwork, I must say. It's giving that early Soul Society vibe, which sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But hey, I'm potentially here for it. A new Canon Gin, a Captain 1-2. I'm kind of hoping he's going to be the spiritual pressure unit of the banner. But given that he's a technique character, I don't expect him to be. Because I'm expecting one of these characters here to be a melee normal attack damage character for Captain Guild Quest. And I highly doubt Toshiro will be another Captain Killer. So let's just scroll down and see. So Gin is going to be the melee normal attack damage. Hold on. Is he Captain Killer? Man, that's insane. That's insane. So I was literally saying yesterday, when it comes to this character being designed for Guild Quest, because it was expected we were going to get a melee normal attack damage character. We already have access to a team booster, that being Toshiro. And then we also now have Senjumaru, right? If we could get a Soul Reaper with the Soul Reaper damage buff, that's going to be significantly better because it will make Toshiro and also Senjumaru hit harder in Guild Quest. This character's existence only is there to be the additional normal attack damage character alongside Toshiro, who's boosting you, and also Senjumaru, who is there to do the main damage. And he's exactly that. He has the Soul Reaper damage buff. So if we actually just quickly scroll down, right? He is going to be what we expect in Guild Quest. He has the 50% Bruiser. Why does he have 50% Berserker? It's kind of whatever, right? But like, you know, we have been seeing a lot of weird skills and characters in the last couple of so months. And I think this is an example of that. Why does Gin have a 50% Berserker? I mean, to be honest, it doesn't matter all that much. He basically gets everything you want as far as GQ Nat characters do go. He's got the Flurry +2. He has the 50% Bruiser, which, to be honest, it's a tad bit low for Guild Quest standards. Lately, we've been seeing like 105% normal attack damage increase. This is now 50, plus the additional 35% from the soul trait. I guess he does make up for it, though, when the enemies are inflicted with status summons. Can he actually inflict any status summons? Does it say? All of his attacks inflict lacerates, so I guess that's kind of good. Not like he has an increased chance to inflict said status summons. But remember, even if he does randomly inflict a status summon, it is going to stop the enemy from even damaging you in Guild Quest, right? And then Senjumaru, the idea using her, she's going to be able to inflict her status summon on top of this, so you don't have to worry about that. But I like it. Again, this character, all he had to be was just a Flurry +2 character, and that's exactly that, right? We have our team booster, we have our main dedicated SP unit. He just needed to be a Nat character. He's exactly that. But I think the best part here really is the fact that he is buffing Soul Reaper characters, because that means now the perfect team is him, Toshiro, funny enough, from the 1000-year Blood War banner, the one that came out like this time last year, and also now Senjumaru, and they're all just working together perfectly. That's going to be a really fun team to try out. I have 2 of the 3. I don't want to pull, but I'm kind of tempted to just do maybe 3 multis to try and get Gin to pull off that combo, because that by far is going to be the best team, right? And even if you aren't using someone like Senjumaru, and you're still using 1000-year Blood with Unohana, who obviously is a perfectly fine unit to use for the melee Captain Guild Quest, right? I mean, he's still buffing that. That 30% damage buff is good. It's good. There's a lot of Soul Reapers that you can use when it comes to the melee Captain Killer Guild Quest. With that though, some things here. He does have Guard Break, and he also does have Dodge, Soul Reaper damage, and also Long Reach. For a melee character, I kind of like that. The only wasted skill here is Berserker, but as far as normal attack damage characters go, he's basically got everything you want, right? So honestly, I'm liking this character thus far. I actually think he is actually kind of cool, despite him not being anything super unique. I think the main thing that makes him stand out here is the 30% skill here, because it just works perfect with the team that he wants to be used in. And then Toshiro, is he going to be... Oh, okay, we got a new super Linksa farmer. Okay, I'm down for that. So, ranged strong attack character. All attacks can inflict freeze. His new soul trait is strong attack damage plus 35%, and that is for power. Okay, I'm kind of down for that. A new good power character. Oh, hold on. He's a power character. Wait, we finally got our good Super Linksa farmer for the power attribute? Nah, no way. His skill, though, is Super Technique Linksa Potion plus 10. That's something to keep in mind, too. Is that the first? I think it might be. Because normally, when we get plus 10 Super Linksa farmers, it's 5 in the skill and 5 in the soul trait. he doesn't have that as the soul trait. It's just outright plus 10. With that in mind, you also do have the 80% spiritual pressure booster with Frenzy plus 2, with the Berserker 40, on top of the extra 35% strong attack damage then, on top of the extra 40% damage to frozen enemies, and he also does have an 80% spiritual pressure boost with the increased status of enchant against every technique enemy, which is great because in Link Short Trials, you're only going against technique enemies with different set of killers. He has the 20% Havoc too. So again, another simple character. I do like his killer combination. I can't remember the last power character that we got with a Ranker killer, in all honesty. And I think we finally have a good power super Link Short that we've been wanting for a very long time. Now, Link Short Trials compared to Inheritance Trials like this time last year is significantly easier. So this damage potential, like, it doesn't even matter all that much because most farmers can now clear, but this is still good nonetheless. He's going to clear Link Short Trials super easy, but most importantly, we just have a good plus 10 super Link Short farmers. So if you are still trying to Link Short your characters, your technique characters more so, he is going to be a great character to have now. And finally, someone that we just needed. We just needed a good power super Link Short farmer. And I think we finally got it after like a year or two of just waiting, which is kind of crazy. If you have access to the Valentine's Mashiro, you can now use Mashiro linked to Toshiro, and his damage output appears to be good enough. You don't even need the extra recharge, and you can now get plus 15 super Link Short potions. So I do really like the idea of that, and he also does get new skills in Arena. Scrolling down at the actual banner fillers, I don't dislike it. Is that weird to say? I mean, there's no like super amazing standouts here. It obviously is a skip. We should be skipping, right? I think Caleb, no, we should be skipping. We just came off of 4-ish months of back-to-back 1000-year Blood Wars, so it is nice to get a banner like this that we can appreciate how cool the characters are. Maybe we'll see the visuals and how good they potentially will be, how useful they can be, but the characters you get later on, right? That's basically about it. But in terms of fillers, makes sense to see Aizen and also Soifon here. Toshiro is a filler. That's a first for him. He only came out like 3 months ago, so that's nice to see him there. Even if it is a 2-character banner, assuming you're missing Toshiro, which you likely will, who pulled in that banner, you can look at it as like 3 new characters to summon from. And then with that, you do have the Power Soul characters. They're still pretty decent. Quincy Ichigo's there. That's kind of nice. And then with that, you also just have some, you know, extra seasonal characters. So in all honesty, I don't dislike this banner. I actually kind of like it. It's a 2-character banner. I like the character choicing, despite it basically being Ginzuru that we got like 3 or so years ago. Then again, in my prediction, I was wanting Yoruichi and Soifon as separate units. I'm liking the art thus far. It does do a decent job resembling the early Soul Society designs, and I just like what they offer. Gin is exactly what he needs to be, and more. And then Toshiro is a good super Link Short farmer, and for a premium character, that's worth noting too, because he's going to be good to get later on as a filler. So in general, we have like 2 good value units going to the premium pool, which is great to see. All right then, so with that said, let's check out the gameplay. So real quick, that's Gin doing the pose. Does he do that in Soul Society? I can't remember. Obviously, he does that to Aizen, right? But I don't recall him doing that in early Soul Society. Then again, I don't remember much from early Soul Society. It's been, even though I've, you know, read the manga, I've watched the anime like 3 times. It's just been such a long time. So it is weird to see this character as the melee Captain Killer, because he's using his Shikai, which more often than not can just be an easy range attack. But I guess the idea with this character, he's not extending his Zanpakuto until he uses the Soul Bomb, maybe. So in terms of visuals, I'm not expecting anything crazy here, in all honesty. The naturally looks okay. It looks okay. That is SA3? Huh? I know I'm not expecting much here, but like, from a visual standpoint, but that is SA3 like it looked like a beam forwards. He might just have like a bunch of beams forwards. Honestly, the visuals for this normal attack string make him look like a 18 character. Again, I'm not that fussed about it. I'm not that fussed about it. And yeah, again, they're using the exact same team we were talking about, which are going to, obviously you wouldn't use Gin as a lead. You'll be using Senjumaru, but that just looks like such a good Guild Quest team, in all honesty. Like, every character here has a role. They all have a purpose, and they're all just boosting each other too, which I really do like. So I think Gin's almost perfect. I really do like that he introduced the, he has that Soripa skill to make Senju better too, because Senju, for the most part, doesn't have any damage to status element skills. So if you have Senjumaru, you want to use Senjumaru in Guild Quest, Gin is going to be a great character to have. So his SA2, that might be a new strong attack. It surrounds him and then does a beam forwards. I feel like that's a first. I don't feel like we've seen that before. Yeah, so does he just have a beam SA1? as an SA3. It could be like the 1170 in front of him, minus the Havoc, like the distant A, which is good. Okay. Okay. That's kind of cool. So I guess he does do that in the anime then. I don't remember that though. I don't remember that. But I'm assuming he does that against Toshiro, right? And then next up we have Toshiro. I'm liking the standing pose, but his face model, it looks... Does he normally look like that? I'm not gonna lie, the early Soul Society Toshiro, just model in general, just does not look nearly as good as like the new 1000-year Blood War styles. Because yeah, look at the difference in the two characters. Like he resembles more of like the early BBS designs in terms of modeling where they have like bigger heads. So I guess that's kind of cool that even the model is trying to go for that early Bleach style. I don't like it though. Not like it's a bad model, right? Normally the models are actually pretty good, but I just prefer the 1000-year Blood War design for Toshiro in all honesty. So let's see Toshiro. SA1 is going to be a pushback attack. Honestly, strong attack don't matter all that much, but I like the look of that SA3. I like the look of that SA3. You know, honestly, if that SA1 is very similar to Hallibell's SA1, that's going to be actually really good. Like, it has a lot of pushback, but it does do a lot of damage. I really do like that SA3. Wow. You just have Aaroniero come in all of the attacks. I kind of like the idea of it. I feel like we haven't seen that in quite some time for someone like Toshiro, in all honesty. And despite this being like a direct remake of a character we received like 3-4 years ago, the Redux version, I prefer this character's strong attacks design. Now, the pushback attack I don't think is that big of a deal. Again, Link's or Trials isn't that difficult anymore. He's going to clear it fast. He's going to clear it with no problem. And that SA2 looks good too, in terms of like what it offers. I think it's like a vacuum-like vortex. So like all attacks that are going to be likely inflicting status augments. And with his increased chance with Frenzy +2, yeah, he's honestly, he's fine. He's fine as is. If you want to farm links or potions, this character can be great to have. It's kind of funny though, another Toshiro. I mean, I don't mind it. I've personally been wanting a zombie Toshiro for a while now. So we have plenty more Toshiros to come this year. They're starting off strong. Likely we are going to get the zombie one eventually. And maybe, who knows, maybe a random seasonal later down the year. If anything, Toshiro might only get like 2 characters this year. Alright, see the sub one. Nice. I'm liking the background too. Okay. Nice. I mean, I'm assuming it's 1-to-1 of the original anime. But I do like the look of it. It's not like an amazing soul bomb. But I think it does the job. Like, I really like that shot. It does, again, give off the early Soul Society vibes. And then that is when he's activating it. And then you get the dragon attack. So, yeah, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent, right? So, yeah, honestly, overall, I'm a fan of this banner. I like the idea of it. Will I be summoning? Probably not. I might do 3 multis just for the sake of it. No, I don't think I even will do that. I really do want Gin just for the purpose of using him in Guild Quest, but I am fine without him for the time being. Like, I can get him later on. That's the idea with this banner, right? They're premium characters, you get them later on. As we are seeing now, with Toshiro being in this banner, granted, he was the worst of the 3 characters that did get introduced for September mid-month, right? With Toshiro being a filler, that does go to show, like, how quick these characters can become fillers when you aren't 1000-year Blood War. So likely we're going to see these characters as fillers in, like, 3-4 months. I don't think premium banners at this point even get reruns. So more reason to skip, get them later on when they are in a banner, making a future banner better, or you just get them from summon tickets when you get lucky. And eventually you will get them, right? But quickly recapping the characters, it was expected that we were going to get a melee Captain Killer. Gin is the character for that. And you know, maybe considering that Gin isn't going to get that many characters this year, he should have been the spiritual pressure unit, and maybe Toshiro should have been the Nat character. That would have been funny having 2 no attack damage Toshiros in the same team. I wouldn't have been opposed to it, but I like it. His damage output obviously is good enough, but the main thing is that he is making a character like Senjumaru better with that 30% story per damage buff. And then finally, again, it's worth noting we don't get that many farmers nowadays. I think this is our second one in the last 2 months, right? After like a 4-month hiatus of not getting any farmer whatsoever, we finally got a new farmer, and it's finally in the attribute that we've been wanting it, that being the, you know, power attribute, and he seems to be a good one at that too. Frenzy +2 everywhere, 80% spiritual pressure boost with the increased styles of enchant, and he is also given +10 super links or potions. So a good links of farmer, a good Guild Quest character. Fillers are debatable, but nothing crazy, nothing super bad. I don't dislike the character choice. It's a banner that I like. Am I going to summon? No, we get them later on. But I welcome the cooldown. We have other things to look forward to. And after like 4 to 3 months of 1000-year Blood War, yeah, I gladly welcome this. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about these characters. I'm curious to see what you have to say. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.